afternoon, everyone. My name is Wesley Zhang, although some of you may know me better by a different name. You know who you are. I am MIT Puzzle Club's webmaster, and I am thrilled to welcome you all to the 2024 MIT Mystery Hunt. On behalf of Puzzle Club, I want to thank MIT for its continued support of this annual tradition. We especially want to thank SOUL, the Student Organization's Leadership and Engagement Office, without whose assistance this event would not have been possible. We are also grateful to our generous corporate sponsors and individual donors who have funded this weekend's activities. Finally, we want to thank all of you, because a mystery hunt would not be a mystery hunt without its players. We are glad you're here, or elsewhere, watching our live stream. I could go on for an hour thanking all the individual people and organizations that have made this possible, but nobody wants to hear. Nobody wants to hear that. So, without further ado, welcome, one and all, to the plenary session of the 44th meeting of Interplanetary Theorists. Please welcome Associate President Dr. Bella Guo.
Thank you, everyone. Welcome. We're thrilled to be here at MIT for this, the 44th meeting of Interplanetary Theorists, and boy, is it a big one. We have 1,850 of you here in person, and another 2,650 of you participating online. Truly historic turnout, driven, I believe, by interest in our keynote speaker, Dr. Coyne, and her thrilling talk, Aerial Investigation of the Dunstan Formation. Before we introduce Dr. Coyne, however, the board has first decided to resolve a somewhat contentious item. Our temporary task force keeping astronomic terminology teachable by nomenclature limitation, or TTFKA-TTBNL, has put forth a proposal regarding the dwarf planet Pluto. Here to present said proposal is our guest, California Institute of Technology Professor Michael Brown.
Thank you for this opportunity to address this esteemed meeting on the incredibly important topic of what the heck is going on with Pluto. Let's talk about Pluto for a minute. You know, it is true, when it was discovered in 1930, people thought it was a planet, but do you know why they thought it was a planet? They thought it was a planet because, as you could read on the front page of the New York Times, they thought it was 250,000 times bigger than it was. It's not. It's a tiny little thing. It's smaller than the moon. Pluto is not a planet. Pluto never was a planet. You know, if we found Pluto today, it would not even make the front page of the New York Times. It would probably make like page 13, and they don't even have a page 13. It would not even make it. It would just be like, oh yeah, there's another of those things out there. When I found Eris, which is more massive than Pluto, that was on the front page of the New York Times. That what matters. Pluto, I don't know. But people love Pluto. People think it's cute. People want it to be a planet because they think, oh, when I was a kid, I had Pluto as a planet, and therefore all the kids today will be sad if Pluto's not a planet. And it's named after a cartoon dog, and everybody loves it. And that's just dumb. Let me just tell you right now. Pluto never was a planet. Pluto really should never have existed. And actually the right thing to do, because it's so confusing, I know there's this idea to change the nomenclature again, but I actually think the easiest thing to do would just be to destroy Pluto. If we send a mission out there with rockets and bombs, we could just land right there, explode the whole thing, and no one has to care about what Pluto is anymore at all. This is what you should be talking.
have lost Dr. Brown. Regardless, I think that's enough prelude. It's now time to vote on the proposal to demote Pluto from dwarf planet to small solar system body.
Actually, Dr. Guo, the vote is now to demote it from dwarf planet to unimportant space debris.
Isn't that a bit harsh?
Don't be so sentimental. This is science.
Okay, let's conduct the vote. Dr. Megna?
Aye.
Dr. Montgomery?
Yes, demote it.
Dr. Spencer? Hi. Well, I vote no. This is ridiculous. Dr. Duborn?
Demote that sucker.
I guess the ayes have it and Pluto is now space debris?
Unimportant space debris. Oh, come on. You all can keep booing all you want. You know, you can all go straight to hell. How dare! How dare you all! What have you done with my husband?
The marriage counseling seminar is over in Strand. If that's what you're looking for, we're actually kind of busy.
Busy murdering my husband! Pluto, Hades, god of the underworld. Or he was until about 2 minutes ago when you murdered him!
Murdering your... Wait, Pluto, the planet,
For the planet.
Space debris.
is your husband?
The planets are the gods, and the gods are the planets. After all, I, Gaia, Mother Earth, am married to Uranus.
Wait, wasn't Gaia married to Saturn or Kronos?
No. Kronos. Saturn is the one with the big rings. There are only small rings around Uranus. But it's true. Haven't any of you taken a nice close look at Uranus lately?
Gods, let's focus here. My month only has 31 days, and, well, some of us have things we're looking forward to, and also back to.
Too right, Yanis. And what I'm looking forward to is to figure out what to do with these Pluto murdering mortals!
They murdered Pluto? Oh no, he was like my third favorite animated dog.
Whoa. Nobody here murdered anybody. We just demoted him. Some more, in a particularly harsh manner.
And what do you think happens exactly when you demote a planetary god?
Well, this is America in 2024, so a bunch of people go on social media and complain?
Mortals, you never think about the consequences of your actions. When you demote a planetary god from its planetary status, it becomes a shade of its former self. That's why I'm happy I'm just a moon goddess. But it's trapped now inside of its form, lifeless, with no agency or power whatsoever.
So, kind of like being stuck in an opening ceremony that's gone on far too long?
Thank you. Finally, someone here is watching the time.
Dionysus agrees. Also, Dionysus is almost out of wine, so can we just take these mortals, chain them up to a rock, have eagles eat their livers, and call it a day?
We did that back in season 1 with Prometheus. We need something new.
Oh, I have an idea. What if we forced them into teams and put them to grueling tasks for 72 hours, and then at the end of it, there was one group that was victorious?
That sounds like a lot of time and effort. I'm exhausted just thinking about it.
What we need is to have something where the viewers will be on the edge of their seats and keep them binge watching.
Now, hang on, Aphrodite. This ain't one of your reality romance TV shows. And if anyone has a say in what to do with these mortals who wiped my beloved brother Pluto off the map, it should be me. After all, I, Neptune, was closest to Pluto. You might say we moved in the same circles. And though he could be dark and cold and distant, he had a heart, and he didn't deserve to be blasted out of existence. Oh, there, Karen. There. Oh, it's okay.
He was the best boss I ever had.
He was the only boss you ever had. Wait, Charon? Hold up. If you're here and Pluto's gone and you're here, who's in charge of the underworld right now? Don't go looking at me. I'm in mourning.
Well, no. Hold on, Persephone. You can't just say. Y'all, somebody's got to be in charge of the underworld, or Hades is gonna break loose.
How about you, Yanis?
Well, you know I would, but oh, look at the time. I gotta go now.
Hey, Dionysus can't, because Dionysus has 4 very specific timed events he needs to get to this weekend.
Leave.
You're on your own. Come on now. We don't have time.
Well, I can't go to the underworld. My new season's about to start filming.
Well, I can't do it. I've got oceans of problems to deal with, literally.
There must be someone that we can send to the underworld.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
I am. You got us into this mess. Now you can deal with it. I hereby banish you all to the underworld.
Hey, you can't just send us to the underworld. We're not dead.
Tell it to the judge, Diz, or Cerberus, or Charon, or whoever's left down there. Hermes!
Yeah, my lord.
Where did you come from?
From Maya, daughter of Atlas. Your mother-in-law?
That's not what I... Anyway, Hermes, as the messenger to the gods and the one who guides souls to the underworld, I need you to make an immediate, one-way trip to Hades for these know-it-alls.
But they're not dead. I mean, the paperwork alone would take, like, I don't know, 22 minutes.
Well, I guess you better start on the paperwork now.
Can't do it, boss. Gotta give the flight safety instructions first, as required per MIT. That's Mercury Institute of Transportation guidelines.
You made up those guidelines.
Up. Safety first. Don't cry me a river if we can't handle the crossing right.
Hey, leave the nautical puns to me. Well, toodaloo, mortals. I hope you have a pleasant little trip.
Oh, it won't be. It won't be pleasant.
No, it really won't. Oh, it's gonna be awful.
Even when Hades is running smoothly, things are no picnic. But without Pluto or Persephone there, well, good luck. You'll need it.
Okay, mortals, important flight safety instructions should be printed on the card in the back of the seat in front of you. Made you look. Oh, there is no card. So you'll just have to remain seated and quiet while your pilot, that's Karen, and your co-pilot, that's
also Karen, and your flight attendant, that's me, give you vital information for the trip that you're about to take. You know what? Let's just watch the video.
Oh, who am I kidding, honestly? G'day, mates. So, you're on your way to the underworld. Well, it's your first time down under, or what am I saying? Of course it's your first time. Nobody ever gets out of here. Now, if you want to avoid being cast into the pit of Tartarus, and believe me, you want to avoid being cast into the pit of Tartarus, you'll need to follow a few simple rules for your own safety and security. Whether you're topside or down under, common sense rules still apply. If you think you're about to do something illegal, unsafe, against MIT policy, or otherwise ill-advised, call the Hades United Nether Team, or HUNT Team for short. Follow the God's instructions. During your time in the underworld, we will communicate any important health and safety information on the HUNT website, by email, by phone, and in person if needed. Your identification badges must be clearly visible at all times. Even the gods and underworld staff will be wearing theirs. You should be as well. This underworld is less a place of heavy physical action and more of a heavy mental exertion, possibly the puzzle-solving variety. There is no reason for anyone to put themselves at risk of being harmed, arrested, or held liable for any property damage. Our actions will also reflect on the underworld as a whole, so let's stay safe and responsible, for both our sakes and for the sake of everyone who loves Hades. You're already dead after all, wouldn't want to make it any worse, am I right? There's a lot of important people to know down in Hades, but here's a few names and numbers important to you and your team. These numbers can also be found on the HUNT website under Health and Safety. The MIT police will be contacted in all emergencies, whether they are of a criminal, medical, or safety nature, or to report an encounter with a suspicious or dangerous person who is not participating in the hunt. The MIT police will dispatch the appropriate resources, which, in some cases, might include the student-run MIT EMS, who will have an ambulance on call. Call HUNT HQ during HUNT if you encounter a real-life situation and you do not know what to do. For example, if you have a minor medical issue, lost team member, encounter with the police, or see damage to MIT property. All incidents should be reported by email after the immediate emergency or threat has been managed. Hades is a big place, and one that will look suspiciously identical to MIT to you mortals. Well, it's better than seeing it for what it really is. You need to respect the campus and its spaces. MIT is a real university, and your existence in a state of eternal dread is not the only thing happening there. Do not try to disturb researchers, staff, and any other activities that might be occurring on campus. Do remember that you will need to vacate your assigned on-campus rooms between 1 a.m. and 6 a.m. Students on campus should return to their dorms during that period as well. First aid. HUNT HQ will provide a kit to each team for treating minor issues. This kit is not a puzzle. For any injury requiring more than basic first aid, please use the numbers we've provided. Make sure every team member has a plan for getting sleep. Work until burnout did not work for many of the Greek heroes, and it certainly won't work for you. Getting sleep is important. HUNT is a marathon, not a sprint. MIT rules do not permit sleeping in classrooms, lounges, hallways, and other public spaces. Make appropriate arrangements so that team members can sleep in dorms, hotels, or nearby residences. Dorm residents hosting hunters should adhere to the guest policies of their residence halls. Be sure team members stay hydrated and have nutritious food to eat over the course of the weekend. Not just Persephone's pomegranate seeds, please. No alcohol or drugs are permitted on campus. Yes, that includes you, Dionysus. Possession or consumption of alcohol or drugs in classrooms or in public MIT campus spaces, except for pubs, is strictly prohibited. This policy applies even if everyone on your team is of legal drinking age. Our youngest Greek heroes, may they be mortal or demigod, may participate in all hunt activities as long as they are accompanied by a parent or guardian. Please make sure all heroes under the age of 18 are accompanied at all times while on campus. The gods come in all shapes, sizes, gender orientations, and ethnicities, and the MIT Mystery Hunt is dedicated to providing a harassment-free experience for everyone, regardless of gender, gender identity and expression, sexual orientation, disability, physical appearance, body size, age, race, or religion. We do not tolerate harassment of participants in any form. Participants asked to stop any harassing behaviour are expected to comply immediately. All teams and participants must abide by MIT's harassment policy, which is available on the MIT website. Hunt participants violating this policy may be expelled from Mystery Hunt at the organiser's discretion. If you would like to report harassment, please remove yourself from the situation first, if possible, and contact Hunt HQ by email.
Well, looks like it's almost time for your ride. Don't worry, I promise it'll be so smooth, you won't even feel a thing. Be sure you've got your coins handy. They ought to have appeared over your eyes when you died. You don't want to be in debt to the underworld, trust me, that really sticks to you. I can't wait to meet you and spend the rest of eternity with you here down under. Please turn your attention back to your flight attendant Hermes as they prepare the auditorium for departure.
Alrighty, mortals, like I said, it'll be about another 13 minutes until your paperwork is done processing. So, you know, just enjoy the rest of your life topside. Go pet a squirrel or
Hang
sky.
on. Or... Hermes, help us out here. Can't we file an appeal or something?
Sorry, mortals, but the gods have spoken, and that's why I can't do anything to help you.
What if we gave you a round of applause as our favorite god?
Well, I don't know.
What if we all begged and pleaded, please, please, please?
I don't know. I'd really get in trouble.
What if we all whimpered with big sad eyes?
Oh, no, not the sad eyes. Anything but the sad eyes. I'm a sucker for the sad eyes. Okay, look, listen. I would definitely not recommend trying to find a way to leave the underworld because none of my powers work down there. And once you haven't left the underworld, I definitely wouldn't recommend getting in touch with me. And because there's definitely not a way to fix all the damage you've caused, and I certainly can't help facilitate that. Capiche?
Yes. I mean, no.
Good! Well, then I'll see you all in about 12 minutes. Oh, what am I thinking? We actually just started offering online check-in. You can check in online at mysteryhunt.world at 1 p.m. sharp. That's mysteryhunt.world. Don't be late.
Well, I hope you all understood that because it was Greek to me. Teams, on your way out of Kresge, please send one representative from your team up to the stage to pick up first aid kits and badges. Look for the poster that matches your team size and give the staff member your name, your team name. Large teams have 50 or more people. Medium teams have 25 to 49 people. Small teams have 10 to 24 people. Dwarf planet sized have 1 to 9 people. one thing's for sure, it's gonna be a hell of a weekend. This meeting is now officially adjourned.